When are we?
What do we want on our new set?
When are we getting a new set? Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a new set when we get money.
So,
Okay.
I mean, this
Everyone
set,
like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Well, that's
and,
YouTube, isn't it?
me and Ross are starting a OnlyFans.
this set that we're on now, where we're all just
Yes. Yes. Starting.
Yes.
It's it already. I need to turn my lights on.
Starting a second
You know
OnlyFans
what?
account.
I have the temptation to potentially ruin anyone who has a certain home device that they can use to ask
Hey
questions.
Google, turn
Hey
on
Google,
lights.
turn on the lights.
Hey
Right,
Siri.
first, I need to mute the stream.
Yeah, you do, that would help.
Hey Google, turn the lights off.
Hey, big.
Google, this is Woody. Turn the lights off,
Bixby
please.
or something.
You can't hear.
What's one of those failed ones?
Google.
Hey Bixby, yeah.
Big
Yeah.
If I message Rebecca.
Cortana. That was one.
Turn the
Hey
lights
So
off.
Cortana.
somehow I'm looking at all of our camera. Mine is the worst quality.
Get booked,
Mine is,
bitch. You were complaining
like-
about my 2 pictures earlier.
Hey, listen,
Shame, buddy.
listen. Normally
Shame.
yours is the worst quality.
Mine's usually alright quality. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, it's your
Yeah,
internet
shut
connection.
up,
What are
buddy.
you about? You dumb bitch.
I'm trying to remember how to pop out chat.
There's a little thing in the corner.
It's a little thing.
No, it's in the menu now.
Oh, okay.
I got it. It's fine. We're good.
Hello,
Where?
everyone. We're back. It's been like a month.
It's been a while.
A month.
Yeah,
Well,
it's been
It's
6
been more
weeks.
than a month. Yeah. It's been
We,
almost-
we missed 2, so it's been 6
I'm
weeks.
a tad
You know.
quiet.
We're a little bit quiet, Woody, apparently.
Let me turn me up. Is that any better? Oh, Rachel, thanks for the
Oh my-
subscribe.
God,
You're
buddy.
welcome.
Jesus,
12 months.
turn you down.
12 months.
Sorry. Oh.
Yeah.
There was no difference
Is
there,
that-
was it?
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no difference
Rach,
there.
just subscribe. Thanks, Rach.
Yeah, cheers, Rach.
You're welcome, but
On your 7
Oh,
month
thank you.
subscribe.
That's not Rachel. That's not Rachel. That's actually a
7 months
Sugar
sweet,
Glory.
It's Sugar Glory. Thanks, Sugar Glory. That's a cool name. That's a real cool.
Yeah.
If you're not subbing to yourself, are you really sort of a middling Twitch streamer?
Are you top
So,
notch?
I just saw the title.
Strats.
Just Rachel,
Business
yeah,
stretch.
yeah.
I just saw the fucking title.
Did you call it Rachel in the end? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it is.
Oh,
It is.
And I changed it because we started having a conversation. Oh, the frog just popped up on
Oh.
my Twitch. Oh,
So-
thanks.
Katy Perry being the next, doing the
Oh,
Pokemon.
before we get onto this, this is like a stream long thing. I've not eaten. I need to order something once the podcast is done. Between you, chat, could you please work out what I'm eating afterwards and let me know?
Still quieter than everyone else, but
Pull
better.
it.
Okay, I'll move my microphone a bit closer.
Now, Ross, I do think something needs to be pointed out here.
Go on.
Nathan just like outbid you.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Oh,
Now,
that's big.
I'm
Don't
not
worry.
saying.
Don't
I'm
worry.
not
It's fine.
saying.
I'm fully in control of the situation. Don't worry.
For now, it's gonna be there on your screen for a while. You know,
I know.
we all now know that Nathan is more of a fan of us than you are.
I mean, I'm just saying that one of us has been the bit leader for the last like 4 or 5 weeks. It's not Nathan, but
Ooh.
Alright.
So,
Well,
Yeah,
I have Mc-
I was considering pizza, Hazel, from Domino's, but it's just so expensive on your own.
well, why not go for like
Because it's shit. I don't know what you're about to say, but
I mean, fair enough. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I can't really fight with you then.
no takeaway pizza compares to.
I don't.
To Domino's.
It's probably because I worked there for 6 years,
No.
but it's. I don't. I think it's trash.
Domino's,
Their
Domino's
sides
is-
great, but the pizzas themselves
Pizza.
trash.
Domino's
I
is
think the
fine.
quality's better than like Pizza Hut and stuff, but it's always more expensive. And
Like, go to an actual pizza place, like not one of those like fast food things, just like an
They're really
actual pizza place.
yeah,
That's
but
all
by the
it
time we finish, it's going to be nearly like 10 o'clock. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
not an option.
is.
Anyway,
It
Katy Perry.
is.
Make a risotto.
there
Excellent.
is a
Oh,
poll
I
now in
think,
chat, by the way, for what Ross should have for din-dins.
It is meant to be.
See, McDonald's is one of the options. That's it.
What about?
Press?
Are
You got
you,
that?
are you Indian cuisine?
I've got to be in the mood for it, but yeah, I do like it.
Okay.
Good. Indian's a good choice.
Indian
Like a-
or
Do like a walk. Do a walk.
just a wok. Just get a wok.
Do a walk.
Put it on my head.
As in, like,
Yeah.
oh, like a hat.
Turn my frying pan into a drying pan. See, I brought it back to Pokemon.
So yeah, that's
I'm good
happening.
at this. I'm good at this.
Oh, I'm good
Yeah, so
at that.
Katy Perry is a Pokemon.
So Katy Perry's going to be doing the.
Be covering the Pokemon Anthem.
Mhm.
She's going to be covering the Poke Rap. Is that what it's called?
Wait, is she actually doing the Poke Rap?
No, of course not. Jesus.
Oh,
I genuinely, I was
gonna
like, oh shit.
if they're redoing the poker rap and they're not getting Brian David Gilbert to do it, that's just outrageous.
Yes, I
would,
know him.
If
Correct.
anyone wants to
That's
take an
outrageous.
attempt at the Poke Rap, I am okay with that. Like, I want to see someone do the Poke Rap, but obviously it has to be the version where it's every single Pokemon that exists now.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
it's an hour long.
Here's the thing: there are still only 150 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Nothing after the first set of games is canon.
Yeah. That is fact. That is
I don't like that Kuhn's agreeing with me, so I'm going to change my opinion on that.
Not only the first 3
It
gens
isn't actually
are real.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, it's just the first gen.
The first 3 gens.
So what is this actually a thing, or is this just you bullshitting?
No,
This is me being angry about the fact that I'm old and things change.
Oh my god, you're one of them. You're a boomer
Yeah.
now.
Get off my lawn.
Oh my god, Ross is a
Technically, it was a boomer. When
I
he was
just
born.
no, I grew up with. No, to be fair, I grew up with like the first gen and second gen. Like I played Pokemon Silver when that came out as well, and then after that, it all got away from me. And now there's a set of keys that's a Pokemon, and
See, I think Pokemon
a
Silver.
literal bag of rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Trubbish.
think Pokemon Silver is actually like older than I am.
When
actually-
did they come out?
Pokemon Silver's
25th.
not older than you are.
25th anniversary this year.
Not Silver.
No, yeah,
Oh
but
my-
no, that's of Pokemon.
Ah,
the first
right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But that was what was that yellow?
I think
Gold and
I
Silver
think
came
I
out
still
in
have
1999.
my copy of Emerald down. Hang on, I need to check this now. I'm
God.
sorry, this is bad podcasting.
Yeah, sorry, I'm leaning off screen as well. It's fine.
Right. I can I have my copy of Gold within reach.
I do. So this isn't Pokemon Emerald. This is
No,
this
no.
is Soul Silver that they redid for the DS. But
I have that one.
my original copy
Yeah.
of Emerald in there.
See, I have that one, and then also yeah, yellow and gold.
Somewhere in a drawer there, I've got a copy of Pokemon Blue.
Ooh, they are worth
but-
a lot.
Wait, what?
Dude, you can sell Emerald at the moment for like 50-60 quid.
Okay, noted.
You can buy a game.
But I also have Game Boy Color
Oh,
got the
I
original.
do not have my
for Game Boy, and
Boy.
Look at that.
Is that Super Mario
Look at that.
2?
Super Mario 2 6 golden coins.
Nice.
Oh, my bag's
That's what I've got.
somewhere.
Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Are we
Somewhere
going to
one
go
of those-
through a bag of old Game Boy games?
Yeah, let's
Some-
go through the bag again.
Somewhere in one of those drawers is Pokemon Blue, but I can't find it. But...
I have.
Wow.
Wait, is that your DS case or is that?
That's my DS fucking little bag from game from like
Game.
2000, dude.
Look at it.
Hashtag,
Look at it.
hashtag pot spawn.
I've got my DS Lite down there. That thing's lasted me eons.
Dude, I got.
Um,
I had the little
It's
ones.
bad boy.
What are they called? I had. That's exactly the
Yep.
ones I had.
I
Yeah,
never had an
I've-
SP. I had a Game Boy Advance.
I had an SP, I had an Advance. Then I missed out on like a few of them, and I got the 3DS. Then I had a Switch, which the Joy-Con started drifting on because Nintendo are shit.
I actually have
Do you
the
still buy their
pinnacle.
products?
I actually have the pinnacle of
I'm a
video
whore.
games here. That no video game has ever been as good as this one.
You have Dreamcast.
It is Looney
Oh, the Looney
Tunes.
Tunes.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Can we stop the podcast so I can play games now?
Yeah.
You can do that
I mean-
after the podcast.
We can carry on. You just sit there and
Yeah, I mean, nobody has to know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Guys, I'm gonna play. Ooh, do I
Got my
play
Pokemon
Pokemon
Yellow here.
Or do I play Super Mario 3? No,
There you
I'm
go,
sorry,
there you
guys. I'm
go.
playing
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo 2 Monster Unleashed.
So-
That's what I'm
Riveting content, this.
We'll just
Yeah.
go through our old games now, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Jamie,
being
you
big
better tell
kids.
us.
well, no, I
what you
think
got.
this is gonna link in quite well to our main topic, so we're doing all
I
right.
think
Katy
it will.
Perry.
Yeah, Katy
We've
Perry.
gone from Katy Perry.
Oh, not that one.
He kissed the girl and she liked it.
True.
Taste of
It
Shrek.
Is that Katy Perry?
Yep.
Yeah, it
Years
is.
ago.
Okay, good.
So-
Good.
They did the Post Malone thing. Was it last year
Yep.
for the I thought that was for a big anniversary.
Post
There
Malone.
was an anniversary of
for
something last year, wasn't there?
Post Malone. What Post Malone thing?
Pokemon. No, I think that was just part
He
of
was in
Pokemon
Fortnite.
25-year anniversary. And then at the
Yeah.
end of that video, they announced that Katy Perry was going to be doing her thing
Right.
to
Right.
like celebrate.
Okay.
It's like a big year. It's like they're not doing it on like a specific day. It's like all
Right.
year they're doing like.
Yeah.
There's going to
Now,
be more people as well. It's not
she
just Katy
has-
Perry. There's
She
other
has dropped the name of the song already.
people. Ooh.
Do we want to like do a little competition so you can guess it?
The name of
Ooh.
the song.
Is it Pokemon? Are we allowed any questions, or do you have to guess from like Katy Perry knowledge? Because
Do a guess. Do a guess first, and if none of you get it, we can
I
we can have one round of questions.
Sinnoh Boys. It's like California, but is it California Boys? No, I don't
It's-
know.
That is so wrong.
Yeah, I get.
party rock anthem. She's just plagiarizing LMFAO.
Yes, correct.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so thanks for joining, guys. It's been a good podcast.
Yep,
Didn't have to
there we
podcast, I
go.
guess.
That's it. Bye. Do you have a guess,
are you
Rachel?
gonna guess,
Right,
Rachel?
any guesses?
So was it Pokemon? Is it Pokemon related? Like is it like a Pokemon?
We're not allowed
thing
to ask
words?
questions yet. Come on, Rach.
You have to guess
Oh,
first.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I'm gonna go
It is.
with maybe you are a trubbish bag.
Do you ever feel like a rubbish bag?
Exactly. There we go. It's all about trubbish.
Is it?
Um,
can I? Is it actually?
I'll
the
give you a
song
hint.
name doesn't
It is-
matter. It's actually new. It's actually New Go, and it's Zoe Deschanel instead of Katy Perry.
Oh my god! It all
Yeah.
makes so much sense.
I'll give you a hint.
Uh huh.
It's shit. It's so bad. It's not good.
Is it?
Is it Pokemon related?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Technically.
Is
What
it
do you mean?
I've got to
Pokemon-
catch them all.
It's not specifically. It's not like exclusively Pokemon related.
Pokemon
But
Party in the USA.
yes.
Digimon
No,
2021?
see, because that would actually be good.
Incorrect, but go on.
Digimon Survive is going to come out at some point. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Trying to think of Katy Perry songs and Pokemon things. Is it related to a Katy Perry
It's
song?
one word.
Trubbish.
It's not rubbish related.
Trubbish. Please tell me
I
it's
don't know.
Trubbish.
I've never. It's one word.
M-E-M.
Is it
Gotta catch M all.
Master.
like
Oh.
like modern Pokemon, or like is it to do with like an old thing because it's like 25 years, or
It's It spans all of the Pokemon.
Is it just Pokemon?
Yeah.
Is it just Pokemon?
Pokedex.
is it Pikachu? No, because you said it wasn't Pokemon.
You're getting there. You're getting
Oh,
closer.
okay.
Mouse.
No, colder.
Lightning.
Oh,
Is it just
Electric.
Thunder?
yes!
Is it
There you go.
electric?
Electric.
That's.
We got there. Russ,
Oh.
ready?
Yeah,
Who's this tonight?
That makes.
Oh,
I guess,
Makes
but also
sense.
like, if you're making,
It sounds.
Pizza
It
Tonight.
sounds like the name of one of her songs.
I
It sounds
don't
like a song
listen
she
to
would
enough
come out
Katy
with.
Perry to like have that knowledge.
Nor do I, but
it's
it.
very just like
So-
stereotypical.
There,
words.
she,
Yeah.
they've,
Like, oh, see,
so they've, god damn it. They did a little like 8-second clip on, on Twitter.
We definitely
And-
can't show that here.
No, and it's her saying electric in the song, and it is like the most generic thing.
I can imagine it's gonna be very generic.
Yeah. It's not gonna be
this isn't
Pokemon
me,
related.
Baby.
This isn't me saying that Katy Perry's music is bad. All of her songs that I've heard are very generic.
Also, not it's not. Also, you not saying it's good.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. Like that's the thing. It's just not my music. But like all of it does sound fairly generic. So
I mean, but doesn't a lot of that sort of pop music?
That's why it's called pop music.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally popular music.
yeah. We'll see what the song sounds like when it comes out. And
When it comes
are we
out,
gonna get
yeah.
are we gonna get her as like a Vocaloid style character?
Oh,
It'll be.
Is she gonna be? is she going to be in like a really skimpy Pikachu
Yeah.
costume thing?
Pikachu onesie.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
could do a
onesie,
react
yeah.
video to
Not even
it.
that.
We could
She's
all
gonna have the
watch
tail.
it and
We
record
could do a react video to it.
We could
Good.
do a react to
Good.
it.
We could.
That's true.
We could make it a YouTube exclusive video.
It does
That's
look
what I was
it does
thinking, we
look
could
like
put it on
she went
YouTube.
blonde for it.
I
can't-
think she's gone. She's.
Sorry, I
think she's blonde
haven't
now.
I haven't
Reacted.
kept up with the latest Katy Perry
That's valid. That's
Rachel
valid.
Rachel
Look,
does.
Look, on the morning when I
And
go
we
into
love her
Twitter,
for
it
it.
tells me all the newest celebrity news, and apparently Orlando Bloom preferred brunettes, so she dyed her hair brunette again. All right, she's just had a baby. It's a wonderful time to be alive for
Can I suggest that if you're making decisions based on what Orlando Bloom likes, your life's gone wrong somewhere?
Is it though, or is your life going right? Because if you're married to Orlando
No.
Bloom, you're set for life. You don't have to work for anything, right?
Ye-
You just gotta look good.
That's true.
It reminds me of the one of the like common videos I keep seeing popping up is like on TikTok is just like, oh yeah, tell me something that your boyfriend won't let me do, and then it's just obviously the person who said it is like, oh yeah, like my boyfriend's toxic or whatever, but then every video where they've like cut that in, it's just, hey, I'm gonna like get a tattoo on my arse cheek, and they're like, cool. I don't care, and I'm like, this is how.
And the ones where they're like, I'm going out dressed like this,
Yeah,
and the guy's just sat playing like World of Warcraft or something.
yeah, he's like, yeah, cool.
I don't know what's the geeky thing.
I don't know.
Well, Warcraft, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it right. Yeah.
Don't
One
judge
go.
me, Ross.
I'm not a nerd.
Not a yeah, alright,
Oh.
mate.
Nah.
Ross, you were getting
Well.
hyped because I was talking about spreadsheets in the chat today.
Oh yeah, it's not a
You
nerdy
were like, oh,
thing though. That's a
spreadsheet.
person with no life
That's
thing.
geeky. That's geeky. I'll give
Well,
you that.
that is a person
That's-
who knows what the fuck is going.
That's a person who likes organisation. I don't do
Yeah.
organisation. I've got no fucking idea what's going on, but I like it.
It's a person who knows what's up.
Hi, Chris.
You know, you gotta appreciate a good Excel sheet.
Yeah,
Dude,
and which is why I get so fucking angry when
God,
people
the
at work mess with my spreadsheets and they
Ross.
like, oh,
oh, good one. Do you want to know what Rue was doing?
do I want to know?
No.
Or am I
boy,
gonna?
You're gonna get so angry. So Rue he was doing the survey thing.
Make me angry.
had all
Phil.
these answers and ported it all over to Excel, and was then copying the data he wanted into Word and making the graph in Word.
He's evil.
Mm,
Oh no.
No.
That's I heard
That's
him
evil.
say that. I heard him say, "Oh, I'm gonna put this in Word," and I went, "Why are
Why?
you putting this in Word? Excel is made to make graphs. Why are you doing this to me?"
Doesn't Word like
so
literally
bad.
like put it in Excel to
I
make
think
those
so.
graphs?
I think Word just puts
Yeah.
it into Excel and then
If
you
you-
export
Yeah.
it back out.
Yeah, if
And
you
it's like,
create a graph or something like that in Word, yeah, it creates a spreadsheet
Yeah.
where you amend
Right.
the data, and then yeah.
the
Man.
anxiety that boy was giving me today was
Jesus.
so real.
It's a good job I'm plugged in, because if I wasn't, I'd be going and crawling up in bed crying.
You've got a perfectly good blanket there that you could just tuck over
I could,
yourself in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Burrito
Yeah.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You'd
You
still, you'd still be on camera. It's fine. Keep your headset
Also,
on.
Hazel, you're wrong. I'm very much not
How
the
is-
jock of jock nerds.
You have
yeah,
the
absolutely
bike.
not.
It's
You
not
have the
mine.
bike.
This is just where there's space for it.
Oh, does it get used?
No.
Ah, okay.
I mean, the saddle isn't even. The saddle.
Because the saddle is like that thin.
It's like, oh my god, it's gonna break.
It would disappear, that's all I'm saying.
It's flat. It's not an angle. It's far.
Yeah.
The other
Um,
end,
We've
Yeah,
discussed
no,
this off camera. We don't need to go back into this.
I would do more sports, but here's my problem with sports is that I'm good at doing it with other people. I can't do it on my own. Like I used to live with someone who I went for runs with, and she was so I used to go for runs on my own and be knackered after like 5-10 minutes. But then I lived with someone, and she was 5'2" and legs for someone who's that height. And so so it was matching her pace, and I could run for like half an
yeah, 'cause
hour.
you were walking.
You know. But like, yeah, if I'm doing that, or if I'm, the only exception is swimming. I can swim all day long.
Right.
See, that's why climbing is great. If you just
No,
go there with
drowning is
your
Well,
friends. and
I
you
was
climb. You
I
swim.
was looking into climbing because we've got someone at work who does climbing, like not professionally, but she does like competitions and what have you. And I just started asking her about it, and I was like, right, cool, I'm gonna sign up. And then everything locked down, literally like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that'll do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's a place like down the road from me. It's an
Great.
old like church, I think.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
happens.
been
That happens.
converted into like a climbing center, and it looks really good. So I'm going to
It's
give that a go at
usually
some point.
for some reason it's usually either like an old church or an old warehouse.
Mm.
I see a lot of
Always.
warehouses get converted.
Yeah.
Like gym
Warehouses.
stuff.
Yeah.
You got
I don't
the- you
think
got the
churches
cross.
get converted to gyms.
No.
There was an old there's
I know of one here.
Over here anyway.
A couple
Yeah.
actually. I think
there was a
Yeah.
church in
high ceilings.
Cardiff or near Cardiff that got converted into a gig venue,
Mm.
and that was amazing. It was
Right.
such a good venue. It was like really small and
Man, so many of like the
It's just Christian
Guildhall
rock, though.
venues and that. Like, if you go to a metal gig at a Guildhall venue, you like go in and it's like, you look around and go, "This is not what you expect any metal band to ever play." Because they're like like the walls and that. Like, if it's not got a balcony on the side, it tends to have quite nice like features and stuff. At least the one in Southampton near me does. And like, and I know Brixton does as well, which is kind of a shock for Brixton. But it's really strange that the buildings that are picked for certain events, like metal gigs, being in buildings like that, and it's like this doesn't match the vibe, but the vibe is still there.
yeah. You put a bunch of metal fans in a small room, you'll have a good time generally, unless they're Five Finger Death Punch fans, so much because
Unless
you know
they're-
you won't.
COVID. What I would say about going climbing is that when I started, I noticed that I started drinking more often. Because
Booze or water?
Like alcohol
yeah.
or
Yeah.
water?
No, you
they
didn't answer that question.
Yeah. Just a yeah.
alcohol. Because
Right.
there's a bar there, and then you'd go there with friends, like after like work or school or whatever, uni. And after you're done climbing, you go sit and have a drink. And when you do that 2 or 3 days a week, you know,
You're drinking a lot,
See,
dude.
Get
You're
that-
drinking a lot.
I barely drink, and my evidence for this is I've got this bottle that has been near my desk on the side for 17 months.
it looks like it's
Time
like
to
a
chug.
like
Now's
a-
the
like a
time, buddy.
vinegar
You've got an hour and a
top
half. You gotta get through the whole
thing.
bottle.
Not a school night.
Chug, chug,
See,
chug,
you're
chug.
like
It's
that
fine,
with
Colin's sick
booze.
tomorrow.
I'm
It's fine.
like that with snacks. Yeah, I'm still fat.
You're not fat. Stop saying
it's,
that.
it's you're supposed to be. You
Not.
do rugby or you do football.
I do multiple
That's-
sports now.
Yeah,
It's
big boy.
exhausting.
Do you know? I saw an advert for somewhere nearby that had just started up doing baseball,
Hmm.
and I kind of went,
Ooh.
maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, give it a go.
Johnny,
Fuck
Good,
it.
good.
Fuck it. You know what?
Oh yeah.
This was fun,
Post
dude.
COVID, Ross is gonna be he's gonna be joining the NBA. No, NBA. Yeah, NBA. No,
Yeah.
MLB.
No, NBA is
MLB,
basketball.
MLB.
Oh, there you go.
MLB. There we go.
No, go
He's
do
gonna-
basketball. It's fine.
He's gonna be
Major
the next baby.
baseball
College, no?
agents. Major baseball agency.
Yes.
NBA.
I don't know what the Americans are doing to me, but like there's that. I've recently started like vaguely enjoying American football.
It makes you so happy.
Yeah, buddy,
Us,
you
me,
go to the
me,
game
me,
with
you and
us.
Rach going to, and Rebecca is now
Yeah,
joining us as
dude.
well.
Hells yeah.
Is like going to watch an NFL game together. It's gonna be like,
Yeah, the
It's gonna be a shit show.
the thing about that is like even if I wasn't into it at all, like the atmosphere of that sort of thing is something I'm
Right.
like. I don't particularly enjoy rugby. I can watch it, but doesn't really do anything for me. There is nothing like a Welsh rugby game. There is nothing on this planet like the atmosphere you get in the Millennium Stadium on Rugby Day. It's insane.
American football.
So, and I know that American football has that similar kind of excessive,
the energy.
Different
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
vibe. Mhm.
yeah.
playing
If
you know
any of you wanna-
F-16s over your stadium before your college match. Like,
Yeah. my
And those players aren't even getting paid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My uncle works as a physio at a university in America.
Of course, yeah.
He sent me a video of like all the excitement and that and everything that they do before a match, and it's like you would think that this is like the Super Bowl. If you had never seen a game of American football before, you would think from the amount of like parading around and shit they do that this is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Go mad for college football over there, right? Like that's a big thing. It's like college sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like it was back in like 2008, 2009, something like that. I went out there with a brass band to take part in the Ornament of Roses parade.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone was paying attention to the RTUK server the other day to the annual pass. I mentioned that I got a free entry to Disney Anaheim.
Right.
That was why we performed a concert while we were out there. But yeah, we did the Tournament of Roses parade, and that happens like it's around New Year every single year, and it's this insanely massive parade in the build up to an American football game, but it's a college football game. It's
Right.
and all the like I've never seen anything like that for like the World Cup or the Olympics is the exception. Like that's a bigger thing because it is. But like anything I've ever seen was nothing compared to and it's college football.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
crazy.
college football gets nearly about the like, not quite, but it gets not far off the same amount of money as the NFL.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of prospect players in there. Also, it's a lot easier to go to a university game because there are so many more university teams than there are NFL teams, and there's just more, and people get into it because it's a bit more local.
Yeah, because how many NFL teams are there? Is it like
32 or 36?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say 36.
Hang on. I think it's 36. There's a lot more universities.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that's 36. That's not even one for every state.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like when you compare that to football over here, where there's like within what you'd consider Manchester, there's 7 or 8 teams. There's
the two big
5
ones that everyone knows of. Is like City
there's
and United.
like there's 5 or 6 teams in London that are in the Premier League. Like it's insane.
You don't really get that here for football teams. It'll be like one city will have like one big team. Like one big city will have a big team. Generally.
Every town has a football team, every town has a rugby team.
Yeah. You tend to find over here that different areas of each place will have
of course. Like every little town has a football team here, but no.
But I mean like big ones. So like you got Manchester City and Manchester United, for example. Man City are the east side of Manchester. Man United are Trafford, and then like the south and west. Then you've got like Bolton and Rochdale and Oldham, which are all the like surrounding towns. And...
I'm learning so much I didn't know about football. Or like
to be honest,
locations of football teams today.
To be honest, when I say big city, that doesn't really mean a lot here.
You've got Amsterdam, and that's it, right? Yeah.
Well, that's that's not even a big city, you know.
Just Amsterdam.
It is just Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's you guys who all wear orange, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Good.
Oranges,
Yeah.
they got the little
I don't know why I thought I was getting you confused with Sweden.
Yeah.
That's the meatballs.
That never happens. That is the meatballs. That's the meatballs.
Oh, I could go and have meatballs again from.
No, I'm sorry. The people have spoken.
No. I just mean when IKEA opens properly next week.
Ooh.
What do you mean properly? It's already been open, hasn't it?
Yeah, but
the restaurant hasn't been.
Oh, I see what you mean. You know you can buy them frozen.
Yeah, but they're not. They're all right. They're just not the same.
Not the experience.
Yeah. Oh, that has just reminded me. Actually, me and Rebecca had to go get a bunch of stuff from IKEA a while ago, and I got their like gravy or their like sauce stuff that you get with the meatballs, and that's just been sat in the cupboard. I'm like, I remembered about that thing's existence. I know what I'm having for dinner tomorrow.
Remember cream. You need
You're
cream
welcome.
to make it.
You need cream.
You need cream.
Cream.
It's. I think it. single or double. I can't remember which one, but it's cream.
I think it was single.
I'll take a look at the packet and I can pop down. To
Yeah, it's all explained on there.
I think it's.
But
Just add
You
butter.
gotta make sure you do it properly, because otherwise it can like clump up a little bit. So just make sure you,
Okay.
Just add water. It'll
Just
be
add
fine.
water, yeah.
Or like
Okay.
butter.
He's
Pray,
so
pray.
this is every time me and Rebecca have like bangers and mash. This is an argument that we end up having
That's the euphemism.
so we'll have bangers and mash and we'll either have like veg or baked beans to go with it. Depending.
Good choices.
Yeah. So if
Both.
we
Both the wrong choice, but continue.
Okay, no, we'll go on to the topic of that in a minute, but I also want your opinion. So obviously, normally, if it's veg, we'll both have gravy to go on top of it. If it's beans, I will have gravy, and Rebecca is physically disgusted by me.
I mean, right. So I'm just gonna say,
Rebecca's correct.
I was already physically disgusted by you. This has just amplified that.
Right. Okay.
That's
Wait, I'm
no
sorry.
gravy and beans.
So here's the thing.
You're putting
And bangers.
you're
and
putting
mash.
a sauce on a sauce.
I don't have a lot of it. I have like a little bit to put on my mash, but like.
Do you put the mash, the gravy, and the beans into one mouthful, or is it mash and gravy and
normally-
then mash and beans?
Like, to be fair, it
Is
normally
it
looks
like that? Is it like that video that goes viral every so often of like the ants and the termites, and there's a wall in the middle, so there's the mash, and then you've got the beans and the.
So, it's
Is it
to be
the
fair,
wall?
it's not like I just get a whole like jug of fucking gravy and just pour it everywhere. I'll like kind of it is kind of like I guess the mash is like a wall, but like sort of about half of the mash will get gravy and about half of the mash will get beans on the side of it. So I'll use that to
You haven't answered the question, Woody. Does it
What?
all go in the mouth at the same time, or are they
not-
separate?
All
Thanks.
go in the
Dave.
Don't
mouth.
avoid the question.
Worth it. Say more wrong stuff, Woody.
He
It
knows
doesn't. It sometimes does because there's always a little bit like cross contamination, but
You could tell that's where it was going to go because Woody was taking way too long to answer. You could see him
Yeah.
sat there trying to figure out how to answer without
Yeah.
raging.
Without getting in trouble. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
So-
So
I feel like I'm severely like insufficiently British. To,
you know what
Any
bangers and mash
flavor.
is, though, don't you? Oh, okay.
Sausage.
well, the mash makes sense.
Yeah. So it's sausage and mash.
Sausage.
Right.
Sausage.
Uh-huh.
So the
Sausage and but they're called
the
bangers.
correct thing to have with it,
Mhm.
you are right in saying gravy,
Now he is
Correct.
grilled.
but a homemade onion gravy
Oh,
with
Okay,
like
okay.
properly caramelized onions, make it nice and sticky, and
Now, when you
roasted and
do
big
the
dip,
gravy,
a
right?
little bit of
Mhm.
garlic in
Do you
there.
just is that
Yeah.
something like completely separate you make, or because whenever I like do a gravy or something, it just use like the meat juice.
So,
so
I love me some meat juice.
I use my meat juice.
So if you're doing like an onion gravy, you don't have to because you could do it like vegetarian with a vegetable stock, but you would tend to do it with either like leftover meat juices. You could make it with that, or you could just use like a stock cube of some sort. That works as well.
or just
I'll,
get Bisto, the granules. Fuck it, why not?
I mean,
Yeah, I
a few of those in to thicken it up a little bit
Yeah, yeah.
does actually work, but not. You don't want
I,
loads because the
yeah.
flavour just.
You know what?
goes.
Surprisingly, it helps us spaghetti bolognese. Just a little bit of gravy granules.
It does. It does. Yeah.
I
A little bit
tend
in there.
to get you can get these jars here that are like powder.
Mhm.
Just throw those in your meat juice, add a little bit of water, some gravy.
Oh,
Jamie.
Thank you,
Jamie.
with
Jamie.
the save there.
Jamie, do you put both in the same mouthful as well, or are you a separate beans and then gravy?
I'm not.
Or
Look.
you
I'm
all
not. I'm not a
mouth
mix
at the
it all
same
together and like mix it all
I
into
can
the mash.
see you like that,
I'm just
though.
that if there's cross contamination,
Yeah.
there's cross contamination.
See, you're calling it cross contamination, which is a bad word. You're
Yeah.
using bad
Yeah.
words to describe the bad thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Britt. I was waiting for a
technically-
Gap to jump in and say that.
technically,
Jamie
Wait,
is
Jamie's
Scottish.
Woody's
Wait,
also
what?
Scottish, so
Jamie's Scottish? I didn't know
but
this.
so is Woody. So I
So is
mean,
Chris. Like,
Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh my god.
sort of. I am a little bit. Good Scottish family historically.
yeah, same.
but,
No, it's a lie.
Okay, to be fair, an onion gravy. Is there like, is it just sausage, onion gravy, and
Mash.
mash that you have?
That's how I would tend to do it. You can add like peas and stuff as well if you want to, and there'd be no harm in adding like a few bits of veg if that's what you want to do. But
Well, I guess fuck is. Oh,
I mean,
I got
Yeah.
there. I didn't get there quite long enough. Do you
Hey,
spend coins to like
just
fudge
wait.
the vote?
to fudge the boat,
It's not
hey, look,
fudging the vote. It's
Yeah.
just, you know.
you add
I'm
fudge
entirely
to your
allowed to do it.
gravy?
Dude, that
Don't
sounds. You could probably make like a sweet gravy, right?
Yeah, I would just watch a
Like,
Binge
is
and
that
Babish
just
video.
chocolate
There's
sauce?
definitely going to be one in there.
Is that just chocolate sauce, basically? That's what
Sweet.
it is? Like a
No.
gravy?
Nope.
Like a really,
No, it
really
isn't. It definitely isn't.
Really
Maple
great.
syrup.
You put some syrup, get some chocolate, stir it together. That's a sweet gravy.
See, so maple syrup is something that always, it's really thin and watery. Because the syrup we use here generally will be like a sugar.
Is it that stuff that you can hold upside down on your head and it will take a minute?
No. It's a bit thicker than that, but it's definitely because like maple syrup is really watery.
I would say I think you're getting just bad maple syrup, if I'm honest.
No. I mean,
Yeah, the Chris.
it's much thinner than I'm
It's
used to.
thinner. It's thinner than like golden syrup, or like treacle, but it's not that. It's still like there's still.
You're saying all these words. You're making me Google a lot. Golden
Yeah,
syrup.
I think treacle is
Golden
very
syrup sounds.
is a British thing. I can't remember what it's called.
Is treacle the same as golden
You
syrup?
can't remember what
Are
it's
they
called
They're
in
different
Dutch.
things.
Is that what you're saying?
No, treacle and golden
different
syrup
things.
is different things.
No. Sorry, I'm thinking of golden syrup and
So apparently,
something else.
Maple?
okay. So from what I'm seeing, it does look a lot like. From what I'm seeing, treacle is. It does look a lot like that because that's.
Molasses. Thank you, Chris.
Ah,
Molasses.
that's what molasses. I spent so long wondering what the fuck America means when they say molasses. Now I know. Thank you.
I feel like molasses should be like a county or something. It sounds like a state. Right.
Molasses.
Molasses, Nebraska.
Sweet
molasses.
home.
Molasses, Nebraska.
Molasses, Nebraska. Right by the Mississippi.
So I guess
Molasses.
now I'm being like,
Bullied.
I'm glad I'm getting access to the Twitter account because you know what, I'm gonna it's just gonna be bangers, mash, gravy, and beans. The images of that all day, every day.
That's all it's gonna be. Just
Rich, could you
beans all
change
day.
the password? Right.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right now.
We call Twitter and have them ban Woody.
Just be like, hey Twitter, block this IP address, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
please do.
it.
Please do it.
Thanks.
If you go to Twitter, there is a poll. We would really appreciate
There is a poll
it.
on Twitter.
Mustard with what?
I presume beans.
I think
All right, here's
bangers
another
and
thing.
mash.
I do
Uh-huh.
like mustard.
No, mustard with the gravy and mash and
Mustard goes with
sausage
it.
is what I mean.
Mustard goes with anything.
Yeah,
Give me-
mustard works really well with mash.
Give me American
Mustard.
mustard. Give me Swedish mustard. Like
American-
I fucking hate English mustard.
You're wrong.
French
Still.
mustard.
I mean, yeah, probably. I am. We're discovering all the
love-
food problems with me.
French mustard is the best mustard.
People who really like English mustard tend to
Enjoy.
complain about American mustard, but I definitely think that's because they're using it wrong. Like they're using it as a replacement rather than using it
you can't.
in different. Like hot dogs are better with
Yeah.
American mustard,
yeah.
whereas if you do something like mash and you put a mustard with it,
Thank you for the
English.
proposal.
or Dijon also works for that.
Dijon.
I don't know if I've
Am-
ever actually
American
just
mustard is like more of
tried
a-
Dijon.
American
Dijon's
mustard
really
is
nice.
more of like a sauce, right? Like a
It's a condiment, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
extra
like-
life. We try out different.
English
foods.
mustard is also a condiment, right?
I did a spoonful of Dijon mustard for Extra Life last year. That was one of the things I did at one point. Horrible. Very vinegary on its own.
Oh, right.
yeah. Yeah,
I
because it's not like spicy. It doesn't like stay on your tongue. It's like a very like it hits you, and then it sort of goes away immediately. right? Like,
Mm.
it's
Yeah, sure.
It's like,
We'll go with
man,
yeah.
see, you know what? Fuck it. We're unpacking it here. I'm just gonna list off all the fucking condiments
Right,
I don't
let's
like now. Mayo. Just people
I
who
like mayo.
use it as like to dip their chips in. Get fucked.
Yeah, absolutely,
no,
absolutely
no.
the wrong choice for
No,
chips.
you're
I agree,
wrong.
but mayo
It's
is fine.
the only right
Mayo,
choice.
mayo on
Shut up.
like a burger. If you give me a chicken burger, if you give me a chicken burger with a bit of mayo on it, that's fine. If you put a bit of mayo in
That's the
front
only.
of me,
To
That's the
dip
only.
chips in. Yeah.
That's the only burger that is not fine for.
what? Have you? Okay,
coming
no,
from
you
a
need
night
to
out.
try chicken mayo from McDonald's.
The only
It was
choice when
Jamie
you're
that
coming home
made
from
me
a
do
night
that.
out is garlic mayo, and the go-to is chips. So you
Garlic-
have to have garlic mayo in your chips.
Garlic
when you're
mayo is
drunk.
different though.
Can't.
So
Is
there's
it though? It's the same
Sorry,
consistency.
what do you?
there's there's only one time when garlic mayo with chips is correct, and that's when you've got a kebab with it.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
I'm sorry, but
but no, see, here's the thing. Garlic
your-
mayo is still different to regular mayo because it tastes
Oh,
different.
that's the point.
They don't.
That's the
taste
point,
the
Reg.
same.
That's the
What?
thing. Is it the taste you don't like, or is it the texture?
It's
'Cause
the
I know
taste.
people don't
It's the
like
taste of
texture.
mayo I don't like.
what did you?
Okay, great.
What do you?
What's up?
So what do you get with your chips then?
What do I put on my chips?
Yeah.
It would be like
I recommend
ketchup or
You suck.
Get out here with that ketchup.
You suck.
So,
Tomato sauce.
it depends.
Tomato
Get
Are we
out.
talking-
Kick him, Rick.
American.
Kick him.
Are we talking like fries or like proper chip shop chips?
Oh,
Either. Either.
Chunky.
Because if it's chip shop chips, the answer is curry sauce, and anyone who disagrees is wrong.
Oh, I love chip shop curry.
Mayo on chips or fries or whatever.
No.
Okay. On there as well. Yeah. On them, not to the side. On them. I've spoken.
Actually, to be fair, this reminds me of the fucking insane shit that Rue does, and I can't. He will.
Thanks, Chris.
Fucking
He will, when he has a pizza, he will like whatever sauce he has. He will squirt a giant splodge into the middle of the pizza.
Yeah, I forgot you did.
Right? No. So his excuse is he always wants the first bite to be sauce, but then he's never sure. He's not sure if he wants it as he goes further out. And
Right. Okay. But here's
what if what like,
just
alright,
just have the sauce separately and dip in.
Exactly. Because what if you decide, oh, I'm done with the sauce now. I don't want that first bite. I don't want any more sauce. Then you've got to deal with fucking sauce on your pizza that you might not want anymore.
Why are you adding sauce to a pizza in the first place?
Because you got dippy dip. Sometimes you're a
Honey
dippy
mustard.
dip.
Honey mustard. Fucking love honey
Order,
mustard.
order a pizza you want that already has the fucking sauce on it.
Yeah, a bit of extra
Dude,
sauce.
Rue is just a freaking chaotic god. Just
We were
life.
trying to talk about video games. Life was gonna be good.
Hazel messaged me being like, I love how on Twitter you said you were going to talk about Katy Perry. And now you're talking about food.
Oh, how wrong! How
We're
wrong
only,
all of
we're
you are
only like
about
45
food.
minutes in. It's fine.
Yeah, we
Can
still
we
got
have a podcast that has Rue on, just
Oh,
talking about the
just-
Ruisms that he has?
Ruisms.
I want to hear him explain everything he does.
Explain.
I want him to
Man,
explain
like-
everything to me.
Bruce Lee.
Respect.
Are you
Also,
okay. Oh, go on.
Chris
No, go on.
saw my anchor earlier. as well.
I know I was changing topic slightly, so you.
I don't see Ranch in this poll. Jazz is right. Ranch.
Jazz.
Mwah.
I just, how you doing, darling?
We just don't have that here. It's not a thing here.
Ranch?
It's not
I
really
don't
a
think
thing
I've
here.
ever had
It's
it.
not really a thing here, but you can get it from like
I'll
some
try it.
supermarkets. But
So it goes as far as that. So the Cool Ranch Doritos aren't called Cool Ranch here because we don't know what that is.
we what's it called, like Cool Original, aren't they?
They call them Cool American here.
Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah, Cool American.
Oh
Everyone-
hey, look
So-
at that curry sauce one.
Curry
Did you
is
just
the best
cheat
thing.
again, you
Chips.
bastard, man?
It's not cheating.
It
Here's the
is.
thing. Here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
Even if I hadn't, curry still would have won.
I mean,
I'm
to be
so
fair-
so. No, this doesn't work because there's 11 votes for curry, right?
Yeah.
That's not 100% of the votes. There's 11 people watching right now.
Because Ross paid.
Right.
Because I
Okay.
used channel points. Yeah.
You
But I
cheated.
used 9 channel point votes, and if you take the 9 off the 11, it's 2. So curry still wins.
Still win.
Fine.
I didn't get to vote.
Still win.
That's
So-
on you.
What do you
When you
want to
say
talk
when you
about
say
on Instagram poll?
curry
Go on.
sauce, that's not like a
It's not
curry,
like Indian,
right?
like curry.
No.
So there's I don't know if it's just a British thing, but we have like a curry that is
Yeah, a chip shop curry.
like, yeah, it's thicker and it's not at all like a normal curry. It's completely
It's not.
different.
It's not spiced or anything like that. It's yeah.
It's like
Is it like reddish?
No.
it's brown.
Ah,
more than
right,
Like a
'cause so-
browny yellow
Yeah.
kind
Here's
of
the thing: we also have something that we would call curry sauce, and that is like a spiced ketchup in a way.
Oh, I remember you telling us about this one time.
Yeah.
Tend to find that when Chinese is sell curry sauce, it's a similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
Again, the Chinese ones do tend to be a
Spicier?
bit more flavored and spiced, but it's
Mhm.
closer to a Chinese curry sauce than an Indian one, definitely.
Mm.
I guess kind of similar to a katsu curry sauce in a way, in terms of like
I
color
see what you
and
mean.
in terms of like color and consistency.
Hmm. Hmm.
I feel like Rachel is just like, yeah, social as I'm going to ruin everyone.
No, I'm seeing Jazz posting good stuff in the chat, and I'm trying to celebrate. Yay, go Jazz!
So,
Hang on.
nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm happy for you, dude.
Nice.
So cool.
We love that for you.
We do.
Yay.
Also, just before it becomes too late to mention it, I was saying before the podcast how at some point the sun is going to set and we're going to find
The sun
out.
is setting.
Ooh.
You've
You
got
can
Oh
see
my
the
god! No,
stars
wait,
get
wait!
red
Stop.
and
Look at
there's-
that! Look at that silhouette behind Ross.
Yeah,
Dude,
your
that's
cheeks are really
beautiful.
rosy, dude. You look
Yeah,
like
it's-
blushing and really cute.
It's a very like. I mean, it's the sun
That's
setting.
a
It's red.
masterpiece
Yeah.
right there.
That silhouette looks great.
Oh,
So
just look right at it. Don't do that. Don't look at the sun. Kids.
Don't
it
don't
always
look
it's always kind of weird to me looking at your guys' perspectives and seeing that like it's lighter outside over there than it is here. But that makes sense.
Hour
That's how the
behind
planet.
you.
an hour ahead,
Yeah.
right?
We're
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
hour in the past.
Yeah.
Oh my god, tell us how it is.
Yeah.
What happens in an hour's time?
Well,
Does the
I'd
world
say-
get better?
no,
it just
No.
gets
No.
worse.
it just
It's
gets
a
worse.
shame.
Man, I that just remind every time I get reminded like time zones, I just get reminded of the like stupid people going, "Oh, I just found out that like China's 8 hours ahead of us or whatever. Why didn't they warn us about 9/11 or something like that?" And I'm like,
yeah.
God, do you remember that? Do you remember that woman in? Do you remember that woman in Austin who I had to explain? She was like in her 40s, and I had to explain to her how a 24-hour clock works.
Yes, I remember. I don't think I was there,
Yeah.
but I remember you saying, and I was
She
like,
they kept calling
Okay.
she kept calling it military time, and she
It is.
It is military time.
no, well, it's different. I think
It's
military
not.
Time. Well,
It's not.
It's the same
said
thing.
differently.
We
They say
just-
it as, like,
it's said
400
differently.
hours or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah,
Not so-
you'd call it like 2200 hours
So
rather
that's
than
yeah.
so that's
10
one
o'clock.
of that's one of the things she asked me was do you call it 1500 hours? No, just 3. How does it work? I can never subtract 12. Oh my god, really? Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
I-
man.
You're like
I
how-
just memorized what the time was. Just figured out 15 means 3 before I
Now-
realized you just
Yeah.
subtract the 12.
It's an internalized thing, to the extent that I will sometimes look at the time at like 9 o'clock in the morning and think it's 7 because I'm seeing the 9 of
Yeah.
19
Yeah, same.
It's fine.
and
This keeps happening to me because so at my my placement, my internship, they used 12-hour clocks for their on their PCs, and every time I look at the clock, it's like, ah, fuck, I still have 2 hours to go. Like, nope, I'm gonna go home. I actually should have gone home an hour ago. And then I went climbing, and the other day you have to like reserve places now, time slots,
Hmm.
and I reserved a spot at like 3:30, and I looked at the reservations like. Oh, that's a 3 there. So that's 1. So it was there at 1:30. I told him I made a reservation. I'm pretty sure. Look, I made a reservation. Yeah, in 2 hours. Right, I'll see you in 2 hours. Yeah,
I think
There was-
Kuhn admitting he's an idiot.
I
back a couple of years ago I thought I'd been to see Endgame,
Ooh.
and so I went to the midnight release and etc, and then went to my then partners on the weekend who hadn't seen it, so we were like, I was like, I'll go again, absolutely 100%. So we went. It turned up on the Saturday for the 3 o'clock viewing, checked the tickets, went in, sat down in the seat, double checked the seat because I'm really paranoid about that. Double, triple checked it in the right seats. Great, sat down. Then someone came up and was like, "You're in our seats," and we were like, "No, definitely not." got the ticket out, looked at it, and went, "Oh fuck, this ticket's for Sunday, not Saturday."
So they
Oh.
so also
They
the
fucked
other
it. They
people
fucked
just
it.
They checked it. Yeah. So like because like the cinema was like, I was there for the whole weekend. And the cinema was like 10 minutes down the road. So we just like went out and we were like, hey, so we've come here on the wrong day, but also you let us in. And they were like, fine, we'll just print you new tickets because those ones have been like torn or whatever. So they printed us new tickets and we went the next day and it was absolutely fine. But oh god, yeah.
I was just
Wait,
sitting
Are
there.
they
I was
supposed to
just
check
like, fuck it.
before they tear your tickets?
Well, yeah. So they obviously like looked at the film, looked at the time, looked at the
Right.
screen.
Oh, that
It was
checks
all
it.
correct.
Yeah.
So
But
now,
just didn't look at the date.
No, that's a movie ticket. Imagine doing that with a fucking plane.
Could you imagine? Yeah, but a plane's slightly different because you have to go through a lot of.
there's like
people
4 or
to
5
get to
different
that point.
points.
And
where you have to
also-
show your
Oh.
ticket.
And
No.
this is the
When you
reason why.
book a connecting flight on the wrong day, coming
Yeah.
back from Boston.
Dude, you messaging and being like, "So guys, I fucked up," as we landed, and you're like, "I'm gonna have to stay here for an extra day because my flight's tomorrow."
no, it wasn't even that.
Was
My
it
flight
not?
was the day before.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't take into account the fact that I was going to be on a
The
plane.
time zone's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did
So,
you not book it all as like one package thing? Like,
No, 'cause I did the thing where I had you guys book my flight from Heathrow to
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was cheaper.
We're all being
And I booked. In the end, it's just as cheap booking a direct flight, as expensive booking a direct flight, because I end up having to buy a ticket from Amsterdam to Heathrow and a fucking
Yeah, right.
hotel stay, right?
Did you not consider just sleeping in the airport?
I could.
dude, he just
So-
said it was the day before.
I booked it the day before.
Yeah. Oh, but you've then
I
got to fly. Yeah, down with you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
by a day, so that's like buy another ticket, which was like
Yeah.
$300.
It was so funny.
The lady at the desk, like I'd called and I'd like ordered a one-way ticket, and I went to pick it up at the desk, and she said like, yeah, you could do that, or I could book you a return flight, which costs a lot less. You could just not go on it. I was like, oh, sure, yeah, let's do that then.
You're the asshole that we have. They always say like on flights, "Oh yeah, could this person please turn up to the gate?" And like they're always like, "Oh, we're not gonna wait for you. We're not gonna wait for you." They always end up waiting for that person. You're that asshole that never turns up.
It's if you
That's
checked
my
in, though,
idea.
right? It's if you checked in.
I didn't check in,
He's not
yeah.
checked
Yeah,
in.
if he's not even checked
Right.
in, they're going to go, this person's not even in the airport.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
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 We should have done is sold the return flight. That's what you should have done. Should just been like,
It
I have
would
a
have been in
return
his
flight.
name.
It's low, it's-
like 50 quid and change the name.
It's like when you've got like a 24-hour car park ticket, but you're only there for like 2 hours, and you just walk around afterwards, people coming in, just being like, hey, do you want to...
Do you want
Don't
the rest of
take
it,
it.
mate? It's got
You
an
should,
hour
you should
on
have,
it.
you should have just
I'll
done that
give
in
you 4 hours on
departures.
It's
Anyone
like
want free
anybody-
ticket to
anyone-
Heathrow?
Just
Yeah.
stand outside the like the departure bench. Be like, hello.
One. Yeah,
Actually,
no.
to be fair, Hazel has
Oh,
brought up a
you,
good point.
Ooh.
You are, to me, you're the arsehole. Hazel says
I'm
you're
very
the
pink.
nice person who left the seat empty for someone. Someone got
Yeah.
that extra bit of
You
space.
gave someone that extra.
Dude, I'm a nice guy.
Don't like that.
Dude,
I'm a nice
the flights
guy.
back from Boston, though, having like, that is the one thing I will always want now on a flight, like an overnight flight. 2 seats to yourself. Oh
Ooh.
my god, it made sleeping so much easier. Rather than having to be like sat like that, you could get leaned over, you could get snug in. It was good.
I've got
Yeah, so the second year I went to Austin, which was 2018, on the way back, the plane was like 40% full, I think it was.
That was the same with us,
And so like as soon as the meal service was done, like everyone just started going off to different rows and lying down and sleeping over a few seats. It was
Right.
great.
See, we
Right.
sat
Okay.
on the way out to Japan, but because we were so excited that we were like, Japan, yeah, we were like hyped and free booze. It was very much a case of like we didn't sleep, and on the way back, it was very cramped and every seat was full, and we were like, man, I missed that.
It made like that experience made me think that if I was ever like going to the States or whatever, and I had not an insane amount of money, but like I had a good amount of money to spend, I'd be inclined to fly economy out and business back
I
So,
would agree with you.
just to be able to get the night's sleep.
When we were looking at, I was we were looking at like maybe going to Austin again this year, and I was looking at flights, and I thought since I had like a voucher for the flight, obviously the flight that I missed last year, and I thought maybe I'll use that money to buy a ticket, but then like upgrade myself to like it's
idea.
like twice as expensive. It goes from like 1,000 to like at least like 1,900.
You can get lucky with it. Certainly with BA, you can get lucky with it and only pay like a few hundred quid more. But you like, there's no way of predicting when that's going to be.
Yeah.
You've just got to.
It was KLM as well, which is generally a bit more expensive.
I know someone though who works for BA, so a Rooster Teeth fan who goes out to Austin every year, and I know this is a thing that they did because I used to be a contractor with BA, so I didn't work for them directly, but so they've got a system where you book yourself onto a flight for like, so say the flight's £1,000 return, you'll pay like 300 quid, and you just get the best seat that's available. 99 times out of 100, you'll be in economy. Occasionally, you'll get bumped up to premium economy if there's a spare seat there. But if the best seat available is a business or first class seat, they give it to you because they're much more likely to sell suddenly an economy seat than they are a first class or business class seat.
Right.
So they just throw their own staff in there, and
like
it's a really good thing.
The flights I take to the UK occasionally, there's like it's these small planes, right? With two, it's just this one aisle, right? And it's like 3 seats on the other side, really small planes. But then they still have these business class seats, which is just like separated by a little curtain, and there's just like a little bit more leg room, and they're spending twice as much money on it at least. I think they might get like a more drink or something.
As well, isn't it?
It's funny though because
it's like 45. It's like 45 minutes. Yeah, it's like
That's the point.
yeah.
There's trains that run. It's somewhere in the London area. I don't know if it's all like down and out to the southeast or the southwest. But there's trains that have got decommissioned first class in them. So they're first class seats, and there's not many. It's a small section. But they're first class seats with first class space, but they're not first class. You wander in, and if there's a seat free, you sit down in it.
Generally what happens here, if like the train's like really full, they just won't care. And people who do actually have first class really get annoyed by it. Generally, you can see it on their faces. Like
I've only been able to get into first class once, and I was on a train from London back to South Wales. Got as far as Reading, and the train broke down, and it was the last train of the evening, so we had to wait like an extra hour for the train to come from a depot somewhere and pick us up for the rest of the journey.
They do that? Really?
This was at like there's a depot like fairly nearby to wherever it was we were, so it was just easier than hiring a bus or whatever.
They'll just have you wait here.
Oh no, they have a legal
3 hours. Yeah, fuck it, you're gonna wait.
No, they have especially at that time of night as well, because there's no more trains. So otherwise, they're making you wait till the next morning, and they have a legal responsibility to get you to your destination.
Maybe if it's that, yeah, maybe in that case.
But yeah, this was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. We were at Reading train station, and the train pulled up, and I was walking over towards the first class seats, and the guard was there, and I went, "I'm sitting in first class," and he was like, "I don't care, just do it." Thanks.
Fucking sure, let's go.
Oh, so you've waited long enough. Yeah, just do it. Cool. Thanks. You're good.
I think the only time I would consider paying more for a more comfy seat is if like the journey itself is like more than 5 hours.
I would agree.
I can sort of probably do with about 5 hours.
Depends on the price, because like Austin is like an
10-hour flight.
10-hour flight, but I still wouldn't like pay 1,000 quid more.
It's the point where that sort of amount of time I would consider.
Oh yeah, I'd consider it, but then I'd look at the price, go, fuck no, I'll just have a sore ass next day. I don't care.
See,
it's so much money.
I'm
sat next to my friends. I'm like, yeah, I'm good with like paying just normal. If I'm like sat near randomers, I'll pay for an upgrade.
Yeah,
I'm just like, it's just makes life 10 times easier and too socially awkward to talk.
I'm all about there's that, and I'm all about comfort as well. So like, if I'm going to London from Manchester, it's a 2-hour, 7-minute train. I will always look at what the first class prices are. Because so when I went to RTX London the second year, I got first class tickets for about £10 more than the standard. So I was just like, I'm paying that because, I mean, first of all, I'm leaving quite early on the Thursday morning, so I want to be able to like chill in the Virgin Lounge as it was at Piccadilly Station then. But also on the way back, I'm going to be absolutely fucking knackered after the con. I just want to sit on my own, headphones, laptop, and just not worry about people like coming past and bashing, all the noise going on. And yeah, so I will always check and see what the price is. Anything more than an hour, I will consider paying.
I've never booked first class on a train or anything like that.
Right.
I see. Most of the time, like, it's normally not too bad, especially like, I'm quite a large fellow. People don't really want to sit next to me. So like, because you know, there's a bit of like, especially when my shoulders are quite broad, like there's a bit of like me having to do this to make sure I'm in my seat, and I just tend to sort of just sit normally.
Yeah. Thing is, here you don't really buy tickets. You just have like a plan, right? And you have to get like a first class, like plan, like subscription, right, to ride first class, which is such a waste of money here. And also, like on a plane, like when I went to RTX London, it was like a 45-minute flight.
I completely agree with that. That is true, 100%.
I just saw it again and I was like, oh, I'm gonna giggle now. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation though.
Do my facial piercings look like a face?
It looks like a little face.
You got look there, and then there's
your chin definitely looks like a little face.
Right, it's got a little stick up it. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
I'm
interrupt
sorry,
the
I'm just
conversation.
mesmerized now. I'm just mesmerized. So Katy Perry, right?
Back to gaming.
No, I was going to say something else about travel actually, because there's so something that people don't always realize. If you're going from Heathrow to somewhere, it can be cheaper to get yourself up to Scotland, catch a flight from, and like book your flight from like whichever airport it is to your other destination and connect through Heathrow. It can, because some Scottish airports are subsidised by the Scottish government, and there's different tax laws up there. Like if you've got a cheap way of getting up to Scotland, it can be cheaper to do that and connect through. It's obviously a longer journey, and you've got to deal with a connection at Heathrow. But I feel like if you're going to do a connection anywhere in the world and have it go smoothly,
may as well.
It's probably going to be somewhere like Heathrow.
Yeah.
So I mean, always worth considering.
Flying out of Heathrow is fine. Just the airport itself is just such a fucking... Getting out of that fucking... Like, getting a bus out of there, it took me like an hour to find the right bus. I think I was on like an employee bus at some point. They were like, you're not supposed to be on here. I'm just like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm security risk.
And then the airport itself, you have to get on like a train to get to your other...
That was fun though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
fun. Wait, you're not getting out of a full airplane, and you have to wait for 3 or 4 different fucking trains to get out, and then deciding, I'm just gonna walk it. I'm just gonna walk it.
I think it was Heathrow now. I saw on TikTok that have pods that will take you from the airport to your hotel. Like you just put in, is it a car? And there's like a little thing on
so
the track.
it's so the second year I went to Austin, I stayed in that hotel. Because it was the cheapest one at the time. So there's a car park. So they rent out the car park to like literally anyone who wants to park there. But they've also got the hotel as well. And we stayed in the hotel. And yeah, it's a little pod, and you go into it. So in theory, everyone who's using it has to pay £5, and you then get to use it for the day and for your return coming back as well. But it's just a code on a gate. So one of you pays the £5, and then the other 10 of you that are there don't. And but yeah, so you go in and you wait for a pod to appear, and the doors open. And you walk on it, and you like push the like Terminal 5 button, and then it just automatically drives around, and it takes a couple of minutes. And then that's obviously really good for getting into London as well. So we were flying out on the Monday, but got there on the think we were there on the Sunday, and so we arrived early, parked up, and then got the pod into Terminal 5, onto the tube and into London.
Like,
Yes,
Um,
good.
It's a
You could
really
also-
good system.
just fly to London City, right?
It's a
in that
horrible
case.
little airport.
Oh,
I've never
I mean, when I
one
flew
that
in
the
there,
XL right?
yeah, for
Yeah.
RTX, I flew in there and I
Yeah, if you go to the
walked
Excel, it's really good.
to my airport, to my hotel. It was great. I
Yeah,
remember
for the Excel, London City's really good.
yeah,
Anywhere else, because anywhere else you've got to get onto the DLR and then head over to the bank and then connect from there.
Right,
It's easy
right.
enough, but
I remember.
I remember in oh, sorry,
No, it's gone.
I was gonna say, remember when we went to Birmingham? I was on this like, they have this monorail there at the airport. Monorail.
Oh, is that the
Monorail.
NEC?
yeah,
Is that Birmingham? Yeah.
Birmingham International
Oh,
City,
yeah,
NEC, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really great.
It's
I loved it.
that one's really well connected. That and
Yeah.
Manchester, I think, have similar things, right? I think
So Manchester's
Went on
got
the
the
monorail.
Manchester. You can get the tram or the train. You can get either from the airport to the city centre.
Great
My-
view. It's lovely.
My
Imagine-
first Comic Con in the XL, I flew from Southampton Airport to London City because it was cheaper somehow than getting a train.
So
That sounds about right. Fair.
I was having a whole conversation about going down to Southampton on a day trip earlier. Not to see you, don't worry.
No.
Um,
Can you be
but
the
I
vicar
was-
at least?
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Never spoken
Woody,
to him before.
you'll have to pay extra for like the extra day of work the actress has to do.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm fine for that for Ross.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was looking at my options, and so the train is like £125 return.
Mhm.
Then went on the split tickets, managed to get it down to like 85 quid, and I was like, okay, that's a bit better. Then looked at National Express, which is about £28 return,
But it's like 8
but it
hours.
takes 9 hours
Yeah.
each way.
Ugh.
And I thought, I'm going to look at flights. There are no flights between Manchester and Southampton Airport,
That's
despite the
no,
fact
that's
that
incorrect. I swear I've seen.
no, it's not. There's nothing. If you go on the Manchester Airport website and look for destinations, Southampton, start typing it in, doesn't come up.
No, because I was looking at.
I think Flybe maybe used to, but
Oh,
they
that Flybe, God.
don't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, they crashed and burned.
So
remember.
yeah, nothing came up. And I was like, because obviously Manchester's an international airport, but Southampton is, I would say, one of the biggest regional airports in the
You can go
country.
to like Spain and stuff there.
Yeah.
Like.
But it connects to, like, you can get a flight from Southampton to Newcastle. I know that because I know someone who's done it. And I just couldn't believe that Manchester doesn't
I-
connect to Southampton.
Because I looked recently, because we were all like, when we were talking about doing a meet-up and stuff and seeing each other again, obviously Manchester was one of the places that was suggested. I looked at flights because I wouldn't be able to book the time off, so just for the sake of getting up to Manchester quickly, I was like, I'll get a flight. And there were flights when I checked. It was a bit more expensive than I was going to pay, than a train, but...
No, nothing went like that. And that was today. Maybe it's a COVID thing.
Maybe.
Maybe if I look in a few weeks, there'll be something there. I don't know, but
I think at one of the meets we did, I managed to get from my door to the meet for like about €100.
That's not bad.
yeah.
That's
Because
really not bad.
so here, if you're a student, you can take like public transit for free during weekdays, and I think I flew out on a Friday, so I took the train to the airport, and that train just ends up in the train doesn't end up, the station just goes right into the airport plaza.
Oh, that's
Took my flight. Flight was like 45 minutes, which was the train took it took the train about an hour to get from my city to the airport. The flight was 45 minutes. And I think it was like another train ride from the airport to where we were meeting. It was like about $100.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah,
That's
great.
Cheap.
Man, that's...
Yeah.
It'd be about 100 quid on the train to get from.
And
like,
KLM, they give you food on every flight. So like a 45-minute flight, you get a little sandwich, a little cookie, a little thing of water.
Yeah.
Right. They use these weird little like pudding cups of water. really weird, and it always spills.
Cheap, I guess.
Yeah.
Just giving me like a crisis of remembering the food on the plane to Austin.
I
Was
don't
it
think
in-
we
in
got
the-
food on the
bad.
plane too.
Okay, I'll in a good way or a bad way?
One was really bad, one was really good. One gave me and Alex
Sounds like
banana
airport
bread,
food.
and me and
Right,
Alex
of
kept
course we
stealing the banana bread. And the
Oh,
other one
yeah.
gave us like weird little snacks on the way back that we didn't like at all, and they came in little cups, and I'm trying to remember what they were now.
I wasn't on that plane with you guys on the way back, but
No,
the
no,
the
I
one
just-
the one there we did get. I remember the banana bread.
The banana bread was real
Wasn't
good. They gave it at the
wasn't
end
it, like-
though, like as we
Wasn't
were
it
getting
carrot
on.
cake as well? Or was it just banana bread?
I remember the banana bread, but they might have been giving out carrot cake
Hmm.
as well at some point. Hello and welcome to the food airport food podcast now. It was so
Food
good.
airport in Katy Perry.
Food airport. Did they didn't give us dinner though, did they? They just gave us the banana bread. I
No,
think.
because we I think it was like an early morning flight,
It was. But like,
and I think we arrived at like just around dinner time. I think
should have been fed
because we were at
I'm
Heathrow having beers at
Out
like
to Austin.
way too early.
out to Austin.
Yeah, so it leaves at about midday and lands at about 4, half 4.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I
time difference.
really like that as a time to land
love
because by the time you get to your hotel, you
Yeah.
wash, you get changed, and then it's like time for dinner.
Well, Alex got held up at the airport there for about an hour, so
Look,
Dude,
that's
it
not
was
his.
it's a
so
bit
long.
longer.
And Chris and other Alex didn't arrive until midnight
Yeah.
Boston time, so they didn't
Yeah.
get to eat for a real long time.
Yeah, because we went to
Their
IHOP
flight
that
got delayed, didn't it?
morning
yeah, we
or something,
went to,
right? That afternoon. We
So-
might
No, we
met up.
went to the Bangers. We went to Bangers for tea, and then we went to IHOP the next morning because Chris and Alex scooted there at midnight.
Right.
To pick us up.
Yeah.
You know what the IHOP is if you want to go and get food.
Yeah.
Right,
I've done-
yes.
Both the years I've been, I've gone to Champions in the evening and then IHOP the next morning.
Great.
It's great, I love it.
Champions So good. R.I.P. Champions. And
Yeah,
everything else, apparently.
I'm genuinely gutted about that. It was such a nice place.
Yeah.
So good.
So I've
What do you
just looked
think
on
of
Skyscanner, Ross, and there are flights from Southampton to Manchester apparently. I'm
Go now,
looking in,
go
I
now.
looked in like
Okay.
August.
Right now.
It's with a company called Blue Islands, which I have never heard of.
Never heard of that.
Sounds like a congenital disease.
That sounds like a tax evasion kind of
Ah,
scheme.
yeah,
So-
Yeah. That sounds like I'm going to get on a plane that's going to mysteriously disappear in an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Which is weird.
So,
'cause it's only
um,
going from the bottom of the UK to like three
Yeah,
quarters
so,
of the way up.
So I had this itch and I had it checked out. Yeah, I got
But-
Blue Islands.
See, you say that though, Woody, but Hazel's also said that there's no flights.
I mean, hang on.
Woody's lying. Woody's fucking lying.
I can't-
He
no,
does
it's-
it doesn't
it's
work.
focus, it's
Yeah,
not
see,
focus.
yeah.
Blind!
His phone isn't lying. His phone isn't betting. So, in other flight news, I might actually be able to fly to the UK.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's a shame, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not doing it then. Get fucked. You don't get to enjoy my company.
Oh, that's fine.
Nobody says it's enjoyable. Yeah.
Stuff is in the works.
Are they? Because we've got a weird like.
There was this
traffic
travel
system
ban.
now
Like,
for our travel.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, the travel.
they're making all these like fake promises, and then because they're like saying we're gonna do this, but maybe with like vaccination passports, but we're not quite sure how that's gonna work. It's like, okay, sure, that's fine, but it's in a couple of weeks, so you probably should know how it's gonna work, or just not promise anything. You know,
Yeah.
our prime minister is currently under scrutiny for like.
Push hours, was.
Yeah, God.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, it's all right. Apparently, there's an investigation into.
The inquiry, yeah.
And you know what it's about? It's about like talking about someone in a meeting about maybe moving him to a different location or something. Right.
Sounds about right.
That's right, because
Instead of like a big sex scandal or like, you know.
our Prime Minister literally said that he would rather see the bodies pile high in their thousands than announce another lockdown, and the media chose to focus on someone paying for his flat refurbishment.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he paid for the media, probably. Yeah.
Let's not get me started on politics. Not tonight.
Slowly starting to open up here. The
Fucking sucks.
if everything goes well, if our like hospital what you call that? People getting admitted to hospital.
Admissions.
Hospitalization rate or admissions rate. Yeah.
Right. If those keep going down, then next Wednesday a bunch of stuff's gonna open again, and like indoor sports like climbing
Yeah.
gyms.
We've got-
Don't know
So
if I'm
gyms and stuff are already open here, but we've got all like hospitality and stuff like that is opening next Monday.
Indoor
Yeah, so
hospitality.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just outside seating now, and then that's from like 12 till 6. And it'd
I
be
think I was a
they
man now.
right. So I think that's what I'm sorry, what they're trying to do here. But what they're saying is they want to do it from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. It's like, who's gonna go for a beer at 6 a.m.? Like, what are you doing?
What you may as well do
You
is
for like
you
a
may as
coffee
well
or something?
find a bush to sleep in at 10, like
Yeah,
10
to go to
p.m.
bed
when
at
the
10
kids are out,
p.m. Wake
and
up
then
at 6
go
a.m.
back on the
Fine.
booze
That's-
at 6 a.m.
That's
yeah.
what we were talking about. If fucking bars are gonna open at 6 a.m., then you could just go on a night out till like 3 or 4, wait for 2 hours, and go have a
Well,
coffee.
this
Right.
is the thing. I remember when I was in, was it? Yeah, it was when I was in uni. I would sometimes like if I had an early lecture and I was just awake, I would just like go down and get a spoon's breakfast or something, and there'd be old guys in there drinking at
Yeah.
7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
That is the level
It's-
of I do not give a shit I aspire to be.
I
And
don't
just
want to
drinking
reach that
Well,
point.
Yeah, no, I don't actually want to get there. I want the attitude. I don't want to do the thing.
I've definitely been on like trips with friends where we would have like
Yeah.
a morning beer,
At
but
an airport.
not when you're
See,
on your own, not on your own in the spoons.
I've never understood drinking at an airport. I don't get that either.
Because
Oh,
I'm very nervous
that's fair.
flyer, so I have to have a drink before I
Yeah, we-
fly, because otherwise I will.
See,
just
I'm-
the fuck out.
Race starts lining up shots.
I'm a
Literally, I will just, like, knock 'em down.
little bit nervous, but my solution to that is I just arrive at the airport like 17 hours before. No, I check in if check-in is 3 hours before, I check in at 3 o'clock, and then I'll go into the airport and I'll sit and eat, and
I'll normally grab a drink. I'll normally grab a drink with my meal.
because
Yeah, it's like
I can sit and calm myself down while I'm in an airport waiting for a flight. If I'm sat like outside on my way or something, I'm just going to be panicking. So I would rather just get there and sit and chill for 2.5 hours.
I'm definitely not a nervous flyer, and I'm also not nervous about like timing and stuff. I'm very chill about that because if you've done it once or twice, you know what you're going to be going through, and it's it's going to be fine. But the first when I went to RTXL, that was the first time I was in a plane since like I was like 10. So I went on that plane, on my own, and it's one of those little planes. So when it starts shaking, it starts fucking shaking.
It's gonna go, yeah.
And we were going in for the landing, and everything started shaking. I was like, "Is it supposed to shake?" And then it started making all these noises. Like, is this supposed to happen? Are we good? Is it supposed to? Because it was going all over the fucking place, and you can feel it. You look outside, you can see it going everywhere. I was like, and then it landed. I was like, oh, so that was supposed to happen. Nobody's nervous. Okay, good.
Here's the thing: turbulence always feels worse than it is. Like you hear people will say, like the plane was going up and down by hundreds of feet, and no, it wasn't. It was going up and down by like 10, 15 feet. If you're at the back of the plane, it's going to feel worse because the plane is like seesawing around a central point. Over the wings, always the best bit of turbulence.
There are
Fun
very
fact.
few crashes on airpods and airplanes because of turbulence. Turbulence won't bring you down.
No.
It'll be other stuff.
Yeah.
I watched too much aircraft investigation. They always say that.
like-
it's never the turbulence.
Man,
it's
we're
never
gonna
turbulence.
have to get you absolutely shit faced when we go to Japan.
Planes are. So go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm completely in the run up to it. I'll be freaking the fuck out as soon as after takeoff has taken place, because I know way too many statistics. I'm fine. Give me 10 minutes, I'll be fine. Coming to landing, I'm a little bit shaky. I'm hit or miss depending on what the landing is going to be like.
So here's my logic because I'm fine with I don't like takeoff, and here's my logic with why I don't like takeoff but landing I'm okay with. When you're landing, the plane's already slowing down and going towards the ground, and sure, if you hit something, it might hurt a bit if you land roughly, but as long as you get on the runway, you're gonna survive.
Well,
It's gonna be absolutely fine. Most of the time, unless something goes really, really wrong. As long as you get on the runway.
Footage of planes landing and then just exploding in a ball of fire.
Yeah, but something else has gone very, very wrong there, and that was going to explode whether you landed or not. So, most of the time, with takeoff, you're accelerating. You're purposefully getting faster, and it's like that thing. Like if something goes wrong past the point where you've not got enough runway left, you're just going off the end, and what you're going to hit the other side, and that's why I don't like takeoff. Logically, I know it's fine, and I know that. I mean, as Chris says, there are very few airplane crashes. It is per mile the safest way to travel.
My thing is, if it's,
But-
if there's very few aircraft crashes, how is there so many seasons of aircraft investigation?
Also, I mean,
Like drop, boom, out.
it being statistically the safest way doesn't actually mean it's the safest way.
I feel like
Yeah,
if something
that's
goes
right.
I
wrong,
mean, it
it's
does.
probably the most deadliest, right? Like you can survive a car crash pretty easy. If the plane's nosediving, you're
yeah,
probably
I mean,
not
You
gonna
say
get
that,
out.
but if you have a head-on collision with someone at 40, 50 mile an hour, you're probably gone.
I don't
True,
think-
but how often does that happen in the statistic of
Oh.
of crashes, right? How many crashes are head on and how many crashes are counted as like bumper to bumper,
You know.
right? Or like
And also, if you crash
Exactly
a
what
car,
Chris just said. Sorry.
if you crash a car, that doesn't mean it's not like 150 people are going to die. Hopefully, depends on the car, I guess, but big car.
But Chris raises a good point. Is that we just hear about the airplane crashes because there's not many of them. What we don't hear about are the literal tens of thousands of flights every single day that take off and land without a problem.
Yeah.
The thing about
Because at peak travel time, I think there's about 80 to 90,000 flights a day worldwide.
something like that.
And
No,
Think
I
about
know
the,
it's a national fear.
about-
I know all the statistics.
I get it, I do.
I'm still scared of shit.
Yeah,
I
it's,
do get it.
It's the thought of diving. I can't stand that thought. That's the thought.
I fine with takeoff, fine in the air. The moment we come to land, I just shipwrecks.
Landings are more safer than takeoffs.
Yeah.
That does nothing for me.
We
It
did.
doesn't feel it.
That's something.
We
I know.
flew out to Austin the first year, and there was like I wasn't flying with him, but he was someone I knew of and who was in the RTUK community. He froze during landing and could not move after the flight. They had to wait to get everyone else off and then help him off. He just couldn't get up and move.
Yeah,
He was
I'm
that
not
terrified.
Quite that bad. Like I could.
Okay,
if anything, I want
Em-
to get off the plane as soon as it's done.
Woody, you say that, but I think would have a very different answer.
Listen. There's the moment we landed, absolutely fine. But yeah, I definitely crushed a person's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It gets to the point where I'm okay on a flight. I just won't stand up. If I have to stand up on an airplane when it's in the air, I won't. I don't like it. I will stand there and like grab every chair like it's like a life support. I'm just like I will not move.
It's just
See, that's interesting because
turbulence and stuff.
on a daytime flight, especially, I will once the first meal has been served, I will go and stand in like the gantry way, and either talk to friends or the air crew, and I will sit and stand there and talk to them for hours. I
mean,
think that's the second year. I got up just as we were going past Iceland.
Oh, I see.
And then I sat down again somewhere over Michigan, somewhere like that. I was stood up for a few hours, like chatting to friends, chatting to the aircrew. There was one of them whose brother was an esport Overwatch player, and so we would chat to her for ages about that.
I mean, it's sort of
It's amazing what like the aircrew do in all the different
Mm-hmm.
places they go. I love chatting to them. As someone who hates talking to people, like I love doing that.
sort of a
You
comfort
were that kid who ran up to them with a toy plane and like, can you tell me everything about the plane?
Alex, thanks for the subscribe.
Thank
you for that.
Subscribe, Alex.
Thank you, friend.
I've only recently realized why planes, if you go to America, go like, even if you go to Texas, go like over like Iceland and Greenland and.
Have you just
I
learned
love
about
New York.
Have you learned about the Great Circle?
Yeah,
Circle?
that's the shortest way. I'd never
Yeah.
realized that.
What?
Is your
Going
alarm
in-
on, by the way, yet, Ross?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to need to fiddle with like colours and what have you to work out what works best. But it's lighting me up. Well, that'll do for now.
Yeah, I only recently found out that if you go in a straight line on a map, that's not the shortest way.
Because the Earth, contrary to popular belief, is not flat.
It's a
What?
round boy.
It's not. I feel like the the standing on fly. It wouldn't be like a thing of me like not being scared or anything, but just like the comfort because everything fucking hurts. Like
Yeah, there is that.
within like half an hour, for some reason.
Thanks
Like,
for the 6
everything
month sub.
Oh, thanks. Who's
That's great.
Oh,
He's
Chris,
not paying.
praise me. No,
He's
we
not
should-
paying.
we
No,
should call that-
we're not even paying for it.
call that-
No,
Just
no,
your-
yeah, but you know,
It's
we're
just-
still
it's
getting the sub. I am.
We still get money from it.
We still get the sub. Thank you very much.
No,
Still
no, thank you,
appreciative.
Chris. You don't get the
No,
thank you.
you don't
no,
get
we're not.
praise, Chris.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I get Chris.
Just
You don't
to
get
just
Chris.
to shut
Look
Coon
at
up.
You're gonna
Oh.
gift Kuda sub.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna give us some more money.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bits. Get
I wasn't-
Hey.
I've
It was
not
just-
done that right. I've accidentally cheered
You-
one and said 5.
One,
Uh,
5.
That's a
It's
really
fine.
cheap way of getting some extra attention there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've accidentally done this wrong.
See,
Yeah.
Hazel loves us. I'm not
I
saying
mean, my-
everyone else
Yeah.
doesn't, but like Hazel.
My-
is-
My sub is actual money as well because I figure because the only other people I subscribe to on Twitch is Critical Role, and I figure we need the money more than they do.
Definitely.
They've got more subscribers than we have.
Us is going straight back into Extra Life.
It is.
Hash
Yeah, we-
not hashtag for the kids.
Okay, I thought
No.
you were gonna say. Yeah, they got
Hashtag not for the kids.
No, it's something else now.
dirty in that one, right?
Yeah.
They
Done
got
dirty.
a lawsuit. We'll talk about that.
Kids.
We'll announce soon when we're doing stuff.
Will we?
When me and Woody get our shit together.
Oh well, it's never gonna happen, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, guys, it's not happening. Definitely not happening
Mm.
in the last third of the year. Wink, take that as you will.
Somewhere in the last third of the year. That's 4 months.
Third of the year.
we
Book out your
can
calendars, guys.
we can't say, but I'm just for you guys, just for you special people. It's happening in 2021.
Oh shit!
Keep that between
Oh my
yourselves.
god. Book that out. Book
Where's
the calendar off. Book the
2021?
day off.
Entirety of
Great.
2021. Book it off.
Also,
Well,
I
That's half.
Self-care, that is. That's some
2021.
self-care right there.
I can't actually see the thing right now, but if I'm suddenly looking very white, it's because I'm ordering pizza and the Domino's website is very white.
I hate to break it to you, but I think you've looked very white since the day you were born.
You know, you're not wrong.
And same.
Quick chat. Do I want Coke or Fanta?
Fanta.
Okay, Bridge
It's
said
a
Fanta.
mutually exclusive.
It depends. I guess it depends.
You can
on what
snort
country
Coke and drink fat. I mean,
Look,
What?
on this Christian Twitch channel,
Coke. I'm gonna say Coke. Go Coke.
I've already ordered Fanta because Rachel answered quickly. So
there you
Yeah,
go.
Fanta.
And Hazel as
you
well.
gotta
Hazel
make
as
those
well. And
answers
Hazel,
now.
Hazel
Fanta
actually
is
for money, so
overrated.
she gets to say.
Fanta orange is
Um,
overrated. There are other flavors that are good.
Fanta orange.
I think-
What's Fanta
I mean,
orange?
it is orange,
Okay,
but
where's
you know,
that?
whatever.
Is
I
Fanta
think,
orange normal Fanta, or is there a separate Fanta called Fanta orange?
Well,
Uh,
because there are different flavors of Fanta. I guess bog standard Fanta is orange.
I
But
mean,
like,
hang on, I've just ordered one. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's just called Fanta.
oh okay.
Yeah, I've never heard it called Fanta orange before.
Oh.
If
I
it's
mean,
something
Fanta-
you'd order in a bar, right?
Fanta Fruit Twist is
Oh, I
the
love Fanta
superior,
orange.
but
I agree. Melon Fanta.
Yeah,
is
fruit
the
twist are the
superior.
best.
Blackcurrant.
Put
The
some
black
I've not had that.
peach schnapps and Fanta. Oh my god, it's the best thing ever.
Hmm.
It's real good.
We should
Peach schnapps is real
wrap up.
good.
Yeah,
I've
I think we
been watching
talked about
Mike
Katy
Rapper
Perry.
for about 5 minutes now, and it's been really funny watching him trying go and then like someone talks and he goes and sits back down.
Yeah,
Ah,
I think we
I'm
talked
just
about
trying to keep it going, just trying to pee him off.
just before.
just before we do wrap up, we were going to talk about video games, right?
We were. So yeah, I'm
quick.
watching the podcast. We're gonna be talking about
Speed lightning round. Games we like. Go Ross.
Stardew Valley.
Cool.
That's not what I'm playing at the moment. Rimworld.
Barbie
Rimworld.
Horse World riding.
Sick. Coon.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. Cool.
Sorry.
Me. Probably Destiny. Cool. Sick. We talked about video games.
We talked about it. We did it.
Oh. As always, thank you for watching.
Wait,
Everyone.
really quick, just what?
Thanks, everyone.
No, go
Fucking
ahead.
hate you.
One more thing, guys. Before we go.
You done?
He's
Right.
never done.
He's never done.
He's talking to Tom Trevor. Wow, that really was a changing colour.
As always, thanks for watching. If you didn't catch all of this, it'll be on YouTube soon, probably early next week, so you can catch it then. We're back on Friday. We're playing some Big Titty Vampire Lady.
Oh, you guys playing that?
Big Titty Vampire Lady Simulator, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks. Go subscribe to our socials. Go follow us on. We have Twitter. We have YouTube. Jock Nerds, just Jock Nerds.
Go and buy a large like
Should
pillar,
do-
carve our name
Great.
into it,
Yeah,
and place it somewhere in a desert,
exactly that.
and have people find it.
Yeah.
Who would you like to raid?
Oh,
No,
yeah, we
Graham's-
can do that. We can do
Graham
that
is
indeed.
streaming right now.
Oh yeah, Graham then.
Do you want me to,
Fuck
do
it,
you
yeah.
want me to do
Send
it?
us to Graham.
It's a one. Yeah, it's streaming on Wednesdays. And he'll be going for a while. So
Slash raid.
I
Do
am
it.
paying attention, but PayPal's being a dick.
Aw.
Hey, PayPal, if you're listening, fuck you.
No, we need the
Tell me
sponsorship.
when you are ready to go.
Well,
Go say hi to Graham.
When they
He's a good
sponsor
friend of
us,
ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Graham sponsors now.
yeah, all
Graham
that.
sponsors us.
Yes, Graham sponsors.
Is he doing Pokemon or is he doing Makey Mix?
It'll be
He's doing
Gundam on a
model-
Wednesday.
He's doing model building. Go say
yeah.
hi.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool dude. I think you all probably know Graham. Go say hi. Okay,
say
are
hi.
we ready?
Yeah.
Tell me when. I'm
Uh,
gonna
now.
that's when to leave. There we
Nice.
go, that's it.